In this peaceful corner of the English countryside lives a man who can strike fear into the stoutest hearts. Now, for the first time, his victims speak.
Revenge is for losers, no hopers. Yes, I was considering it.
What further fiendish plots is this man planning? In the house at Crinkly Bottom, the whole nation can hear you scream. The horror. The horror.
Tonight, the industrial dispute at Yorkshire Tyne-Tees Television begins to hit their most popular programmes. And Hull says goodbye to the finest footballer of his generation. Fans pay tribute to Rach Carter. Look north at 6:30.
This is BBC1. Now the 6 o'clock news with Martin Lewis and Jenny Bond.
John Major says the Conservatives have won the battle of ideas and won't be changing direction. He tells the conference, change for change's sake is unconservative. The party must stand for continuity and stability. The British couple accused of baby smuggling get 28 months in a Romanian prison. Britain and America reject Russia's compromise plan to get Saddam off the hook. And protests as Yasser Arafat shares the Nobel Peace Prize with Israeli leaders. Good evening. The Prime Minister has rejected calls for the Tories to shift to the right in response to the new model Labour Party. He told the Conservative conference that existing policies were laying the foundations for a doubling of living standards over the next 25 years. He promised nursery education for all 4-year-olds whose parents wanted it, and that while he lived and breathed, there would be no damage to the health service. He said Conservatives had won the battle of ideas. Labour were now talking Tory language.
Bye everyone, bye-bye.
Mr. Major being himself, and that was one of the themes of a speech designed to portray the Prime Minister as the man who gets results in Northern Ireland, over the economy, across the whole field of government. Tony Blair wasn't mentioned, but his new Labour Party was derided for trying to pinch the true clothes of the Conservative Party. Mr. Major argued that Labour's move to the centre ground represented an astonishing Tory triumph. He had no intention of conceding any of that ground. At the next election, voters would choose the real thing.
It is probable that at the next election, the government and the alternative government will both be talking Tory language. But there is a difference. Only one will mean it. Buying Tory policies from Labour is like buying a Rolex on the street corner.
He promised more than real luxury watches, a doubling of living standards in a generation, a repeat of a Tory promise which had been fulfilled, made 40 years ago.
Because of what has been achieved, with the right determination, with the right policies, we have the chance once again to double our living standards in the next 25 years, and that is something for everyone in this country to feel good about and feel good today.
In areas where there'd been radical change, such as defence and education, there'd be stability. But he promised more compulsory sport in schools, and there would be moves towards universal nursery education.
We will have to phase in the introduction of this extra provision. But what I am doing today is giving you a cast iron commitment that it will happen.
Mr. Major's personal commitment to the National Health Service was heavily underlined.
Is it likely that I would take away from them the security of mind that was of such value to my parents? Mr. President, I can tell you, not while I live and breathe will I take it away.
On Europe, the issue on which the conference would love to see a move to the right, Mr. Major was reticent. He merely pointed out that he was ready to stand firm in the negotiations in 2 years' time.
I will just say no to changes that will harm Britain.
For those in the hall, one of his most moving passages was on Northern Ireland, remembering the suffering and relishing the new hopes for